Hi, I'm Steve Shelburne, owner and operator of Shelburne RV here in beautiful Cleveland, Tennessee. Well, good morning. It's a bright Monday morning. Hope everybody had a great weekend. We're actually rolling a little bit already here this morning. I had a new guy start, so we've been trying to get him rolling this morning, and then it's been Monday already. I've had multiple people in here to see me already. So I got the new guy working on Mr. Engel's race trailer back there. We had a issue with the water in the front underneath the bed was sloshing and getting the carpet wet. So been in there kind of dealing with that this morning. Got a quick solution on that. I'll take you down there and show you that here in a minute. And then this wind sport was in here over a year ago. Did some work, and then the customer said we didn't do a very good job, so they waited a year to bring it back to me. So we're going to dive into that here in the next few videos and see what's really going on there. Not sure, but obviously I don't want somebody to be upset about that. I don't know really what's going on, but we're going to dive in and see what's happening. But got to go down here to the office and see the ladies right quick, and then I'll take you down here and show you what we did on this race trailer. Okay, so originally this thing had an extra 100-gallon tank underneath the bed here. And so what would happen was he would have to open that window up, bring a hose in here, unscrew that, and fill his water up. Well, the seal has given up on this, and so when he's driving down the road, this carpet's all getting wet. So Mr. Dillon and I actually went in here and we spun weld a fitting in right there, put that pipe and hose in right there, and I'll show you up here underneath what we did. And so basically what's going to allow is now Mr. Engel can come up underneath the tongue right here, and we just put in a regular water valve like we would on the side of a camper. It's got a check valve in it. So now when he fills that, it actually overflows into that hose and goes back over here. So just a quick and easy solution for this, keep all the water out of the inside. Well, good morning. It's Tuesday morning. I tried to get a bunch of video shot yesterday, but after I show you what happened yesterday, you'll see why I didn't get much video done. I had a customer that brought in a camper yesterday and traveling through from Colorado, and obviously we're having a bad day, so I didn't want to videotape a lot of that just because I really felt bad for him, because I mean it was an honest mistake. Just wasn't paying attention, but you know, it happened, and like I said, I didn't want to videotape too much of it because I really felt bad for them. I know they were having a bad day. But there you go. The low bridge in Cleveland got that one. Let's go inside and talk about this a second. I'll show you what all I had to do yesterday. So obviously a total loss here, but when we got into this thing yesterday, you couldn't, there was wall panels all right here. We had to go in here and do a bunch of cutting of wires and wood, and of course this one had the front area for all their clothes, and so we had to get everything cleaned out of here so they could get all their stuff out. And of course this whole roof was just on top of here. Here's some of the paneling, and there's the drawers that I pulled out from over there. And of course they were staying in Arizona, and they're making a trip east, so they had a lot of their stuff in here. I mean, this thing was cram packed full of stuff. Now obviously there was a wall right here for the bathroom, and you can see where all the bathroom is now. You can see how much damage this did to this camper. Now there was solar. He had a bunch of solar cells on the roof. They're gone. There was an air conditioner right here. I haven't even seen it, so it's gone. Probably over there on the side of the road somewhere. I don't know. He didn't even have it in his truck with him. But obviously severe damage to this camper. Let's go in here and check this out. The only thing holding this whole wall from falling down is this cabinet right here. But you can see all that's destroyed. So a really nice coach here, but it was a real nice coach. It was a 2020 coach. So you can see how much damage it, it just peeled everything, destroyed it. That's where the air conditioner actually got jammed in to the top of the ceiling. So this was a very nice fifth wheel at some point. But as you can see, that's did a number on it. So as you can imagine, I spent most of the afternoon. They came in after lunch yesterday. I spent all afternoon in there trying to help them safely get all their stuff out of there, because obviously that's a bad deal. So we got everything out of there, and we got him hooked up with a local guy that rents U-Hauls, and they got a U-Haul trailer rented, and helped them get all the stuff packed up. And they finally got out of here about 6 o'clock yesterday evening. But that was a bad day for somebody. And again, I didn't really want to show too much of the video of that with them here, because I know they were very upset about it. It's, you know, accidents do happen. You know, and I hate to see people have to go through that, especially with such a nice new camper, but and being that far from home. I mean, all the way out from Colorado. So yeah, you know, what would I want to do if I was in that situation? How would I want somebody to treat me? So yeah, I spent most of the day yesterday with them, trying to help them get that done. So I know the boys had a bunch going on. Lewis had a basement air up there yesterday that he was working on. I know it had a bad control board and a bad capacitor. I just got bits and pieces of what they were doing yesterday, because obviously I was out here. But he got that one working, cleaned up, ready to go. So I'm gonna try to get back up here today and get some more video shot. It's just, like I said, that was kind of a crazy day, but thought I'd share that with you. So the next one we got in the shop here is a Winnebago fifth wheel, and obviously slides out of it. So you can see that. And it's got some issues down here on the bottom where it was rotted out. Now, Winnebago, when they built this, actually used some plastic stuff that worked pretty good on here, but obviously the water has gotten under here at a certain point and has rotted all of this out. Now, we're gonna put the 1-inch plywood back in this. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it like we normally do, bend the edges, tuck this, seal this. This will never happen again. So I gotta run down and get the plywood and the metal, and we'll get this done here in just a few minutes. So after hours, the boys are all gone. I'm out here in the woods working on this piece of property we're trying to clear. As you can see, I've gotten a bunch of the trees down. So just been out here working, trying to get that done. So I got them laid down with a big excavator, and then I'll come back and cut them up into smaller pieces so I can handle with my excavator and try to get them burned. But all that can turn into RV storage eventually if we can get everything cleaned out and taken care of. So we had a little Class C coach come through that had a Truma on-demand hot water heater. Now you can see we've got it tore apart. There's a surge tank and all that goes in here, and the surge tank didn't get winterized correctly, and so it's broken. Let me show you the surge tank. Okay, so here's the surge tank out of that. Now it's got a crack. It's hard to see. It's right down there by that seam you see right there, but it definitely got frozen. Now, I've got one of these ordered from Truma. This assembly is $250 plus freight, so it wasn't too bad. But we'll have to change all this stuff over to the other one. But just wait on it to show up. We had a big Winnebago Class A motor coach that was up there that Lewis was. The customer had stated that they were at a campground and somebody had backed into a power pole and it had shorted out a bunch of stuff. So we took it up there. Mr. Lewis ran everything through we checked all the systems, slides, 12 volts, 120 volt. The only thing we found was that the thermostat was short cycling on the basement air. So Lewis put a new thermostat on there, and we checked everything out and really couldn't find anything going on with it. So we're gonna send that one out to the customer. So we got this Airstream that came in with a broke Atwood water tank. Now, of course, you know, Atwood no longer is in business. Suburban or Dometic has bought out Atwood. So we actually have put in the Suburban SAW6 DEL. So instead of 8,000 BTU, we're going to have 10,000 BTU. So they're getting this all plumbed and ready to go back in now. All right, so they got the Voyager, the Winnebago Voyager fifth wheel floor is back in. And you can see what we did. We took the metal and of course wrapped it. Now that metal goes up behind here a ½ an inch. So this rail, as long as this stays sealed, there can never get any water. And we actually sealed across that before we even put this on here. So now that it's all on here, see now how those rollers are rolling across that nice piece of metal? This will never rot out again. That's really the best way to do that, because now he's got everything sealed around here and we're just good to go. So this one's finishing up and they're just doing a little bit of touch up on it. You can see he's got all the board sistered back in there, so we're gonna go in there and cut out the wood to put back in there, and this, you have to go in there and get it all screwed down, but it should be work out good. All right, so this is all back together, and you can see we got some LVP, and it's a little bit of more of a brown, but you know what, it's just what I had, so, or could get. Now we're gonna try to fix a little spot right there, and try to get that glued back down, but you know, the problem is if you go in there and cut that, where do you stop at? This turns into a little bit of a nightmare. But back together, I'm gonna do some sealant work. Now we had some issues right here with these leaking, so we're gonna pop those off and go in here and do some sealant work on that. Make sure we don't have this happen again. So Mr. Adrian's got the new Suburban water heater in this Airstream. Now remember, this is the replacement for the old Atwoods. The Atwood was 8,000 BTUs. This one's 10,000 BTU. The only thing we have to reuse from the old is the door. Now, we had water that was flowing out down there, and Mr. Adrian, what'd you say you found? The shower? Yeah. Back the shower handle was busted. So he had to go in there, and that was a little bit of a chore to get that out and get that pulled out and fixed. Let me show you where we're at on the Airstream. We've made some real good progress here in the last day or so working on this. Now you can see I've got the air conditioner off. We didn't, the customer told us not to worry about the drain for the condensation, but then changed his mind. So now we've got that air conditioner pulled off, and we're gonna do that. Now, Lewis actually made this cabinet to go over, that's the hot water heater, along with a breaker panel box. And Lewis actually made all that. It turned out super, super nice. Got that put in there. The toilet is mounted. Now we got a little bit of work to do right there. But the sink is done now and mounted. The plumbing is done. The shower curtain is in. The rod's in. And he's got the shower head. And I've got the bench, just showed up a little bit ago. But all that is sealed and done. They've just been moving right along with this. So this has turned out awesome. So I'll have some more for you on Monday. All right, well, that's going to finish us up here this week at Shelburne RV. Thanks for watching. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Appreciate all the comments from last week. And remember that this video is Cousin Gary approved. Take care.